Welcome back, my loyal subjects, to more The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. Pharaoh Fiasco here. Last episode, we actually visited Shizuku during her surgery and resolved to beat the level 85 chess monsters. But I'm gonna have to take care of that off screen. Sorry, it's just how the cookie's gonna crumble on that one. But from here, we're gonna take care of the requests, and I'm gonna start with the one I'm least interested in, which is Tolta's. That fool of Derek. What in the world is he doing? I'm worried. It's quite possible that he's... Okay, so Harold is here to help out. I guess they're friendly friends then. From business partners to friendly friends. Good day, Village Chief Tolta. We're in the special support section. Huh? Mr. Harold? Oh, it's you. I've been waiting for you. You saw the request, didn't you? Thank you for coming. Sure. But why are you here, Mr. Harold? As a matter of fact, he too has a connection to this incident. I was speaking with Village Chief Tolta and we decided to consult with all of you. After all, the circumstances being what they are, we thought it was a good idea to enlist the help of investigation professionals. The situation seems very serious. It seems something concerning your son? It's a bit complicated. If you'll accept, I'd be happy to give you the details. Is now a good time? Yes, it is. Please, tell us what's going on. I'm in your debt. My son Derek has been acting strange lately. It seems like he's planning something bad in secret. I'm sure it's not that bad. Bad. I don't know the details, but I can guess what he's thinking. Lately, he told Harold that he didn't want to make any more future transactions. He doesn't? Why that all of a sudden? I'm positive you're on good terms with Armorica Village, Mr. Harold. Directly contrary to how I originally thought this was gonna go, but that's all in the past. Harold's a good guy. Not even for the most part. He's a pretty okay dude. Yes, I've treated the people here with kindness for a long time. And so, thinking I had made some mistake, I came here to ask the village chief the reason why. Seems like the village chief has no idea either, from the sound of it. Isn't that right? Correct. A grave rudeness has been done to Harold. Losing a good customer such as himself would be a huge blow for the village. I'm sure my son too was aware of that. That's strange. I wonder if anything happened to him. Yes, I think so too. That's why I was discussing the matter with Harold. And a certain suspicious character came to mind. What kind of suspicious character? It seems he's been meeting with a suspicious foreigner recently. Lecter? A foreigner, you say? We don't know many details, but it seems he's been discussing something with Mr. Derek in secret. Secret talks, you say? That does sound suspicious. And so I'd like you guys to investigate that foreigner in detail for me. And if he's planning some evil scheme, to put a stop to it immediately. Excuse me for asking, but is such an incident really worth issuing a request for? Yeah, my immediate reaction was just talk to your son, dude. It would be logical to speak with your son directly. Whoa there, Patillo. Well, it's embarrassing, but the young lady is right. You see, for a long time now, my son and I have repeatedly clashed over how to run this village. It's not really his decision, though, is it? If I asked him about this matter, in the end, nothing would be answered. As his father, it pains me to say this. I see. I understand. We'll begin our investigation right away. I was thinking of starting with interviews of the villagers. Yes, please go ahead. Actually, Derek is with Elkin right now delivering produce in the city. It might be best to save your interview with him for last. Everyone, please get some profitable information for us. Yes, please leave it to us. Quest suspect investigation started. So I guess once we talk to the villagers, we're going to be able to build a profile of whoever he's been speaking with. Lately, Derek has hardly ever showed his face at home. I'm worried. I wonder if he's gotten involved in something ridiculous. We'll see. We will see. First things first, is there gonna be anybody in here? Nope, still empty. Okay. Completely fine. Just means we'll be able to focus on the rest of the town. The foreigner who's been coming to the village recently is quite the cheerful fellow. He always smiles and it makes me feel at ease somehow. I don't think it's gonna be Lecter. Okay. Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a little something. Asked about the foreigner who has been visiting the village recently. Oh, him. If pushed, I'd say he's quite a man of character. Of character? Yeah, one time our kids were playing and he passed by and got his clothes dirty. He paid it no mind and gave them sweets instead. Okay, so it might be Lecter. Man, I breathed the sigh being thankful to him or in admiration. No, Lecter should be in Erebonia, shouldn't he? I see. Thank you for your cooperation. We never did get an answer as to what was going on with Maribel, actually, but that's... I guess the game will tell us in due time. That mister doesn't sit well with me for some reason. He smiles and looks nice, but his eyes aren't smiling. Recently, a foreigner that often comes to our village gave us sweets. Since we were rude, we thought we'd be scolded, but... Man, there are kind people in this world for sure. My bro got a spanking from my mom the other day. His butt was as red as an apple. And then... what do we have here? Two guys. Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a little something. Asked about the foreigner? Oh, him. He's quite perceptive. What do you mean? It seems that he's taken quite a liking to our honey. I'll widespread this across the entire continent for sure. That's what he said. Widespread? From the way he said it, I guess he's some kind of traitor? I didn't ask him the details, but it seems that he is. With such a discerning eye, he's surely made a name for himself. Honestly, I'd like my grandson to follow his example. I see. Anyway, he seemed like a skilled trader, huh? I see. We came to know a lot. Thank you for your cooperation. So it's not Lecter then. Come again anytime. I'm really unclear on if this is Lecter or not. Racing flag. Sure, let's get something for Noel. The straw hat is definitely outmoded, but we could use some balms. Yeah, because we need, like, we're actually kind of, we can buy celestial balms? If only we weren't super broke, right? But that's on me, obviously. I've been seeing a well-dressed man often in the village lately. The guy said to my grandpa, "That's an able grandson you have," and Grandpa was delighted. As expected, that was flattery. So it very interesting. Let's see what the people at the inn have to say. A nice man has been coming here recently. Though I heard he is from a famous foreign company, he doesn't brag about it. There are men of character in this world. That foreigner man seems to have a wealth of life experiences. He saw through that I longed for Celie and he encouraged me a lot. Man, what a good guy. Have we? Okay, we already did. You learned the chef's omelet rice recipe. Okay. Same trick that they used in the thingamabob. The mall. Shopping center, whatever. I borrowed 10 mysteries of Crossbell that really exist from the library. The story of the man who searches for his own head. Oh, how chilling. Yeah, that one's really scary. He's lost his own head, but cries out to find it for him. That's not really a scary part. Alright, Gofon, give us the deets. Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a little something, foreigner. Oh, the guy's been staying here off and on lately? Yes, he was very polite and pleasant. Polite, you say? That's right. Do you happen to know his name? Minith, I think it was. Okay, so it is some rando. Unless that's a pseudonym for Lecter. At least that's how he signed his name in our guest register. Minith, huh? At least we have his name now. And do you know anything about this, Mr. Minith? Well, he didn't really talk much. I can't really tell you anything. Although he called Derek to his room and they talked. This happened several times. That's all I can tell you. Those must be the secret talks with the village chief's son. Yeah. Anyway, we got some good info. Thank you for your cooperation. No problem. It was my pleasure. Incidentally, since you're here, it would make me happy if you ordered something. We already got your secret recipe. CP plus 20. Yeah, we can't really afford anything else. We are super broke. Nothing in here. Okay, here's someone. That does it for the sheets. I admired hotel maids before I gave birth to Stefan. Helping out at this bar is pretty fun. Well, I'm glad she's enjoying her job. Service industry can be notably, how should I say, overbearing. That's how I'll put it. That is how I will put that. We talked to everyone, and we got a lot of information. His name is Minith, and he appears to be some kind of traitor. And unexpectedly, he's good-natured. Is he really, though? Not according to Stefan. Polite, kind to children, that sort of thing. Conversely, his coming here makes him suspicious. Right. At present, his objective is unknown. It really worries me when he talked with the village chief's son about. Yeah, I think it's best to continue these inquiries. Oh, he's back. Whoa, that's new, isn't it? That person. What about the person with whom Mr. Derek went to the city? With whom he went to the city with. Looks like he just got back. Let's have a little chat with him. Looks like somebody's being paid off quite handsomely. What's all this then? Excuse me, are you Mr. Elkin? I'd like to ask you a little something. Oh, what's up? Maybe you wanted to ask me about this new orbital truck? We actually do. No, that's not it. No? I got it cheap for Mr. Minith, and it's Verncor's latest model. What? You mean Mr. Minith, the foreigner who's been coming to the village recently? Cheap, you said? How much was it? It was, my goodness, a mere 50,000 mira. Wow. That's like a tenth of the amount that orbital cars are running just a month ago, wasn't it? 50,000 mira? Buying a new truck for such a price? How nice. Whoa, hey there. This is no time to feel envious. I suppose you're right. Sorry. Anyway, considering the fact that it is new, it should cost around 500,000 mira. That is exceptionally cheap. Okay, so it does look like prices have slid down in the months. So she's like, normally it's 500,000 mira, which is $500,000 still. But still less than it was, 50% rather than 10%. So 90% off. That's exceptionally generous of him. Saying that it was to make our work become smoother, he gave it to me for cheap. It seems his plan with Derek is progressing in many ways. Or wait, is 50k 1%? No, I'm so dumb. 50k is 1% of a million, isn't it? I've got to give my hat off to Mr. Minith. Plan. Whoops, Derek forbade me to speak of it. Well, anyway, I think Mr. Minith is a trustworthy man. I see. Huh? Come to think of it, you're alone, Mr. Elkin? The village chief said you headed to the city with Mr. Derek. Yeah, Derek said he was coming back by bus later. It seemed like he had business at the Entertainment District Hotel. I think he had an appointment to meet with Mr. Minith. Hey, Lloyd, this is... Yeah, we might be able to ask Mr. Mineth directly. It's worth checking out. Thank you very much for your cooperation. That was really helpful. Not at all. You're very welcome. I don't really get it, but good luck. Alright. Go ahead and hop back in this bad boy. And then we gotta go to Crossbow. The Entertainment District, huh? That was the wrong button. And it's in the hotel. Up we go. In we go. Don't know which room they're staying in, but we'd just be able to check all of them really quickly. That's not a problem. Nope, no Mr. Mineth or Derek. Here we go. Alright, see you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to working with you. Oh, you guys are... Excuse us. You're Mr. Derek of Armorica Village, correct? Yeah, that's right. Can I help you with anything? I should have said this earlier, but we're the Crossbow Police Special Support Section. Can we ask you a few questions? He's gonna say no. I see. You're here because of my father, aren't you? He even called the police. That's rich. You see... I know the story in general already. He's trying to investigate my recent actions, right? I'm not doing anything particularly shady. Go ahead. Ask me anything. An unexpected reaction. Then I'll get straight to the point. It seems like you've been hanging around with Mr. Mineth for the past few days. What for, exactly? Well, whatever. It's not like my father can do anything about it now. Mr. Mineth helped me out with a certain something a while back, regarding improving the village. Huh. Improving the village? You'd keep something important like that from the village chief and proceed anyway? I'd say that's not good no matter the situation. I've talked to the village chief, to my father about it many times. But all he said was, you've lost sight of your ideals and sudden changes aren't good. Stuff like that. Is Tolta gonna turn out to be in the wrong here? But even if you maintain things the way they are, I don't think a rural village like that has a future. For the continued existence of the village, reform is necessary. My father doesn't understand that. I see. So that is why you've been meeting with Mr. Mineth. So he's talking about modernizing Armorica then. Unlike my father, he actually gave me some good ideas. He helped me discover a huge possibility for Armorica Village beekeeping. Before long, I plan to start a grand enterprise with him. What can I say? It's a crazy story. Well, that's all I can tell you. Should be fine, right? I've got to be getting back to the village now. Okay. There he went. Well, anyway, we're already here, so why don't we try meeting directly with Mr. Mineth? I see. We might figure something out. Alrighty then, let's make our way inside, shall we? So who's Mr. Mineth gonna turn out to be really? Alright, here we go. Oh? Who is it? I don't remember ordering any room service. You are Mr. Mineth, correct? This may be sudden, but we are the Crossbow Police Special Support Section. We have 2 or 3 questions for you. Oh my, you're from the police? In that case, please come in. The door's unlocked. Somehow, I think he's slightly faking cordiality. He might be more skilled than we thought. Excuse us then. Okay, so Mr. Mineth isn't anybody we recognize, but he does look predatory. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I am Mineth, but what business might you have with me today? Like we said earlier, we just want to ask you a few questions. Will you cooperate? Of course, I'll do anything within my power to assist you. Did some incident occur around here? That's not it. What we want to ask is concerning you personally. We want to know what kind of person you are and what you're planning on doing in Armorica Village. just some general questions. Oh? Well, fine then. I suppose it can't be helped. Whoa! I'm employed at a certain company. Okay, so now we're in investigation mode. My job consists in focusing on product and business development. And my visits to Armorica Village are for an important deal for my Quincy company. What? You mean that Quincy company? It's the first time I've heard of them. You know these folks, milady? The Quincy company is a famous candy maker abroad. Oh, okay. Probably based in Calvert or MF area. They're one of the biggest confectioners. You can get their imported products in Crossbell too. I think I remember buying their chocolate often when I was a kid. I wasn't aware of who made those things. I guess it can't be helped then. Although this is my position, I myself don't like sweet things. I've never been interested in them. Yeah, as I've gotten older, I've been less interested in sweet, aside from cereal. I love me some cereal. Due to my efforts in the sales field for many years, I have been recognized and achieved my current position. Oh, it seems I have digressed. No, we're sorry too. What about the deal in Armorica Village you mentioned earlier? That deal, does it have anything to do with the village chief's son, Mr. Derek? It seems like it's concerning development of the village itself. Oh, so you already know that, do you? Well, Mr. Derek already broke information silence himself, so I suppose there's no use hiding it. We've built up a good working relationship. As we thought. Can you give us the details? Sure, why not? It's not like he's in any danger of us being all corporate espionage on him. We at the Quincy Company work hard every day for the future of our confectionery business. To that end, I have been given a certain mission from our main office, and that is to establish a foothold for expanding our business into Crossbell. So, instead of just partnering with Armorica Village for their honey, they're wanting to establish their Crossbell base in Armorica? In other words, you're establishing a Quincy Company subsidiary in Crossbell? Exactly. So to start, I went to the city department store to look for some hints. That's when I found it. That terrifically high quality honey that is made in Armorica Village. Honey made from the lotus flower fields in Armorica Village. Mr. Harold is always saying good things about its quality. Honey brought forth from the abundant natural bounty of the lotus fields, passed down through the generations. Once I saw it, a plan to develop a new confectionery brand was revealed to me as if from the goddess herself. And I call this plan the Armorica Honey Company. The Armorica Honey Company? That has a nice ring to it. In other words, we'll sell candies which use Armorica Village's honey abundantly. But in order to do that, we'll need the cooperation of the Armorica Village residents as well. That's why I approached Mr. Derek, the next village chief, with this idea. I asked him if he'd like to manage factory construction in the new business. Mr. Derek would manage a subsidiary of Quincy Company. Of course, my company would use our know-how in marketing, and the lotus fields will be overseen by our staff. Like I said, this seems predatory. On the condition that we don't cause trouble in life for the villagers is made easier. But a factory? Where do you plan to build it? We're still discussing it, but I was thinking the village is private property. It's only ever been used as a storage area, so I think we'll be able to secure everyone's agreement. With those conditions, I can see the possibilities of realizing is quite high. All the more with Derek, who is looking to improve the village. I don't know. It doesn't seem like such a bad deal for either you or Derek. Exactly. To be honest, I felt his talent and strong sense of responsibility warranted such a position. That's all I have to say. Everything makes sense? Thank you very much for telling us. I think that clears quite a few things up. Do you have anything more to discuss? No, sorry to take up your time. If you'll excuse us. No problem at all. Come again anytime. Please take care on your way back. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm a little suspicious. Do we think this guy is good news, or do we think he's bad news? How to put this? What he told us was pretty amazing. Mr. Mineth, he is more skilled than we thought. He made it sound super positive and a net win for everybody, but regarding his plan, it seems like a lot of work, but it seems profitable too. I mean, damn. But with this, I think we have the whole story. Yeah, let's return to our Armorica village for now. We need to report this to Village Chief Tolta. Go ahead and see how he reacts to that. I can't believe it. That Mineth is Quincy Company staff? And there's the bit about the Armorica Honey Company too. A factory on your private property. It seems quite the large-scale plan is unfolding. To think Derek could do something like that. By the way, where is Mr. Derek now? Oh, that's right. We didn't see him. We ran into him at the hotel. He said he was headed back to the village. Derek isn't home all that often these days, to tell you the truth. It seems he's been renting a room at Ash Tree Inn lately. Mineth has been visiting the inn too, it seems. Maybe he moved for that. Because of that, I couldn't notice such a thing like a plan to build a factory on our private property. What a pathetic story. What I wonder about that, unexpectedly he could have moved due to a suggestion by that traitor so that he could isolate him and make it seem like this is a better idea than it really is. Information would be hard to reach you, Village Chief. What do you mean? Well, I'll let our leader explain. Hey! Well, fine. Mr. Lloyd, are you concerned about something? This is just my speculation, but there are some suspicious points about Mineth. What? The plan he told us benefits all parties involved. Armorica Village would gain a new industry, and Quincy Company would gain a subsidiary to further their business in the future. His argument seems persuasive on the surface, but everything is a little too perfect. Don't you think so? Now that you mention it. On top of that, Mr. Mineth sold a new Orbital truck for cheap. I think we can think of that as a prior investment. I don't think anyone would dispute that new Orbital cars are expensive. It's unprecedented to part with one for a mere 50,000 Mira. Conversely, it means he's certain to make that Mira back. That's strange indeed. For a company as large as Quincy, it shouldn't advance a project neglecting such a cost. That might be true. Anyway, it's rather suspicious. So that 450,000 Mira loss they took, Mr. Mineth has some other objective, possibly one guaranteed to make him a profit. There's no evidence though. You should keep that in mind. Yes, I'll be very careful. That was some great work, Special Support Section. Thanks to you, I feel I could understand the situation well. Allow me to thank you. No, you don't have to. Are you sure you're okay? If not, we'll continue investigating. No, you've done enough for now. From the start, I could never go along with a plan to build a factory on our village's private property. Later, I'll speak with Derek as the chief and try to persuade him. That could be for the best. Then we'll excuse ourselves. Please contact us again if anytime if something happens. Sure, in that case I'll be counting on you again. Okay, quest suspect investigation completed. Yeah. Truly good work, everyone. Thanks to you, I have a rough idea of the situation. Later, I'll speak with Derek as the chief and try to persuade him. I don't know that man Mineth's true objective at this time, but both I and the village chief want to advance this case carefully. Everyone, thank you very much for investigating for us. I'll be counting on you if anything else happens. It's a good thing you turned out to be a good guy, because otherwise we'd have had to put you down. And to think, I didn't even like Ren in the beginning, but oh well. Oh well. Elkin, we'll let him enjoy his new car. Next up, back in Crossbell, that gourmet thing, and also Raymond. The gourmet thing has length long, so I think we'll talk with them first. Waterfront area. If this is even the right place. Crossbell News Service, yeah. It's not like they've moved or anything, but... Up we go. In we go. Welcome to Crossbell News Service. Oh, you guys are the special support section. Good morning. We're here about your support request. You needed help with the coverage for your gourmet guide. Thank you very much for coming. Can you accept the request right away? Yes, allow us to accept. Understood. Then, to hear the request details from the person in charge, please wait on the second floor. Hello, hello, my special support section friends. Sorry to keep you waiting. I knew it. You're in charge of this request, Miss Grace. There was a certain probability this would happen. Oh, such a weak reaction. We get to work together. Be a little happier. It feels like things are always tougher when we get involved with you, Miss Grace. And what kind of request is it this time? Something about helping with coverage for a gourmet guide. Yes, exactly. A while back, saying, we want to do something following the example of Mayor Dieter, I got a proposal from the Crossbell Merchants Association. They wanted to cooperate with Crossbell News and make a gourmet guide. Cooperate with the Merchants Association? What specifically do they want you to do? Basically, they want to introduce the restaurants of the autonomous state of Crossbell. In addition to coverage, they're going to offer a discount service. Are we going to have to negotiate the amount of the discount with the different restaurants or something? They've got various interesting plans like that in progress. I see. That's unprecedented. So, now let's get to the point. One of them is about gourmet recommendations by those famous persons. IBC's Miss Maribel, Arkansas Elia, Theodore and Eugene. I don't know. Oh, they're with Arkansas. Okay. We want to introduce people to these Crossbell celebrities' favorite dishes. And that's where you guys come in. So that is the request this time. That does seem interesting, but is it really okay to put us in a lineup like that? I know, right? I'm happy to stand shoulder to shoulder with Miss Elia and Miss Maribel, but if we're in your article, I don't think it'd catch much attention. Is that a nice way of saying we're spoilers? No, nothing of the sort. Lately, you guys have gotten more honest-to-goodness fans, you know? So much that we even get requests of people who want intense photos of the SSS members' private life. As you'd expect, we wouldn't want that. Anyway, you guys are attracting attention in your own way. If it wasn't the case, then I'd never have asked you for your help with this request in the first place. Alright, I think I get it. So, how should we proceed with this specifically? Let me explain how to do your coverage. First, you need to go to each restaurant or cart and actually eat their food. And among each of them, I want you to find a dish that makes you think, this is it. After that, I'll have you write your own article here at the Crossbell News. So we've got to go to restaurants throughout the autonomous state and find dishes that each of us like. But what if we can't find anything? Crossbell is a big place. I'm sure each of you will find at least one dish you like. If you really can't, then I'll just have you write about the restaurants you visited. But ideally, I'd like each of you to introduce readers to your favorite dish. So we've got to go to at least 6 different places, huh? Anything we should watch out for? Let me think. Oh, the establishments in Michelin and all bars are off limits. I'd like you to cover areas other than those. Then Trinity is in downtown is off limits too. And it was such a good chance to get more business. Abbas will be sad. Well, sorry, Wazi. I'll handle covering that area. Oh, and I've already spoken with all the restaurants, so there's no need to worry about paying for your food. If you explain the situation, they'll show you their sampler menu. Anyway, we'll be fine if we just visit 6 stores, bars accepted. We'll need to persevere if we're going to find dishes each of us like. This isn't a rush job, but please do your best on it. Once you're finished, come report to me here at Crossbell News. If I'm not here for some reason, just ask Tria, our receptionist. I'll come running at once. Alright, understood. Let's begin now. Alright, gourmet guide coverage. I guess we'll just be able to waltz around. So you've come. Come on, come eat my noodles. We're from the special support section. Explain that you came to collect data for the gourmet recommendations, but it seems he was waiting for us. Ah, that matter, huh? I've heard the story. You're in luck, and that's because you'll be able to fully appreciate my supreme noodles for free. Come on, eat. These are the heavenly noodles, son. Well. The deep red soup looks very spicy. Eat it without complaining. You'll be tempted by the heavenly taste that lies beyond that spiciness. His enthusiasm concerns me, but in any event, let's try eating them. Lloyd and the others ate the heavenly noodles, son. Oh, indeed, they aren't only spicy, they have a deep taste too. Yes, they really are delicious. However, what concerns us would be the soup splashes. Indeed, it'd be tough to remove the stains. The women customers always think like that. If you could eat first-rate noodles, stuff like soup splashes are an insignificant problem. Yeah, exactly. So this is gonna be Randy's preference. Mr. Randy? The world of rich flavors expanding beyond this soup exquisite spiciness. Then the springy, curly noodles coiling around in that soup. This quality is something only a man could understand. Somehow I feel like I too understand the old man's strong feelings toward the noodles. Oh, that's right, that's right! Then there still was a promising youngster! Fine, I'll specially teach you the base recipe of these noodles. Oh, are we gonna get 6 new recipes out of this? Devote all yourself to it. Alright, spicy hot flat noodles. Oh, thanks, old man. I'm glad they like it. Randy, it seems he liked them a lot. It would seem good to leave this presentation to him, huh? And I think he's the only person here. Yeah. We'll probably be able to grab that thing if we come out on the Geofront area. Maybe, some kind of way. Alright, East Street. I don't think there are any kiosks down here. She said establishments are out. So I guess buildings like these? That's Sunita's family. Oh, Reese, what's up? Everyone. Fancy seeing you here. It looks like you're eating. Yes, I'm on break and came here for something to eat. This place's fried rice has a deep and good flavor. You're the same as ever, Miss Reese. That looks delicious, though. It looks like there's a lot of plates on the counter. The old dragon and his sister don't match very well at all. Miss Ellie missed that chance for a retort. Is this normal? I'll head back to the cathedral in a little bit. Please come over there in case anything happens. Nope, okay. Gourmet guide coverage. Come to think of it, the master said something about that. Does this place count? Master's in the kitchen. You should speak with him. Okay, so I guess this is not an establishment. Oh, do you need something with me? Go to the counter if you want to order. Excuse us, we're from the special support section. Alright, same thing there. Ah, that gourmet guide, huh? I indeed heard about it. We're busy, but it can't be helped. Wait at an empty table. I'll give you a taste of my peerless fried rice, my pride and joy. Oh, then I'm looking forward to this. Alright, then we'll have a seat. some peerless fried rice. Lloyd and the others ate the peerless fried rice. As long as it doesn't have peas in it, I'll enjoy any type of fried rice, but peas are a deal breaker. Delicious. Man, you really are good, Master. Fried rice this good is a masterpiece you can only get at the Old Dragon. Naturally. Originally, fried rice was my specialty. I improved it furthermore a few days ago, and there's no way the result wasn't good. Wow, you're not kidding? It's such a simple dish. To think it could have such deep flavor. I made it in the CGF dorm several times, but when made by a pro, it's on a whole other level. So this is Noelle's preferred dish. Don't talk with your mouth full. Dear me, you're bolting it down with such vigor, huh? Well, if you like it that much, then it was worth making. I made a lot, so how about seconds? Yes, please! Miss Noelle, you're like a growing boy. Yeah, it looks like you like it quite a bit. I think I'll leave this place's article to you, Noelle. He didn't teach us the recipe, though. If you're that pleased with it, then it was worth making. If you'd like to enjoy my cooking again, please come anytime. God dang it. Adios, why? Why, Adios? So that was 2. Let's hit up the governmental district next. See if we got one for you. Welcome! Would you like some juice? Excuse us, we're from the special support section. Ah, that, huh? I heard about it. How about this, then? It's acerbic tomato soda, my latest product! Acerbic tomato... those ones? It's my latest product, an improved version of my acerbic tomato juice. Because the bitterness is moderated by the soda, even those who dislike acerbic tomatoes can enjoy it and be healthy. I see. I'm gonna say Wazzy's probably gonna like this. Hey Lloyd, are we seriously gonna drink this? It's our job, so it can't be helped. Let's do our best to get it down. Lloyd and the others drank the acerbic tomato soda. Whoa, everyone recovered 50 CP. Is Lloyd gonna like it? This is plenty bitter. The bubbliness gives it a power-up, maybe. Oh, really? It seems there's a lot of room for improvement. Anyway, to clean your palates, have this standard drink, bellberry juice. Lloyd and the others drank the bellberry juice. It's super delicious. Okay. A sharp contrast to that bitterness before. I think this one might be better to introduce in the guide. So Lloyd is gonna do that one? Okay. Lloyd's gonna go for the drink. Interesting. We are here, but we're not super worried about Raymond. Let's hit up... where else? Central Square. I think this dude... no, the popcorn vendor. I'm remembering a different period. Well, it worked out at the Old Dragon, so maybe Vaunt Sept? What did she mean by establishments are off limits? Hello and welcome to Vaunt Sept. Are you customers with a reservation? Excuse us, we're from the special support section. Explain that you came to collect gourmet recommendations. Oh, so you are the ones who are doing it. I had heard about it. Then please sit at any open table you would like. Allow me to recommend our new seasonal herb pasta. Okay, so this one is going to be either Wazzy or Ellie. Thank you. We'd love to try it. Alright. Lloyd and the others sat at a table and sampled the herb pasta. So, do you like our chef's prized pasta? Yes, this is really delicious. It has a full flavor but no aftertaste. The herbs give it a nice flavor and it has a good texture too. Yeah, you can really sense the chef's skill. I'm just glad you all enjoyed it. Maybe we should bring Kia here next time. Yeah, let's do that. All of us here will be looking forward to your next visit. So, nobody picked that one. Okay. Maybe we can go to every single restaurant? I think the only one... Okay. Let's see if we can get something done at Morger. They count too! Oh, thanks for coming, Lloyd. Bennett made this new bread this time, or made the new bread this time. Try some. Bennett's wonderful. Thanks, Oscar. I'll savor it later. We're here for work today, but... Oh, so that's what you're talking about. Right, although I'm pleased to recommend all our bread. If I had to pick one, it'd be the Bennett's Wonderful I just gave you. Wow, really? Yeah, even though Bennett came up with it, it's really very well done. If you want Morger's best, it has to be this one. Hey, wait a second! Oh, Bennett, I was just recommending your... What do you think you're doing? I'm not finished developing that yet! Putting my bread in the gourmet guide before I've surpassed you is... Don't worry about it. It's this delicious already, see? Anyway, if you're going to go and recommend it anyway, I won't hear any complaints, okay? Man, she's always like this. And just because I said it was delicious, too. That's probably why she's this concerned. You're a smart-knowing fellow, too, huh? Anyway, if Bennett is that against it, could you recommend something else? I suppose. Then I'll have you try my latest creation, the thick cutlet sandwich. Lloyd and the others ate the thick cutlet sandwich. The bread is very tender. Yeah, and the sauce is juicy. This is good, Oscar. Thanks. I'm still working on it, though. It'll be a while before it's for sale. I see. In that case, maybe we shouldn't feature it in one of our articles. Well, when it's finished, I'll give you more on the house, so please wait until then. Yes, we'll be looking forward to it. Okay, maybe this is why this request is long, because some of these are going to be busts. Let's go to the entertainment district and... Oh, that's wrong. Go ahead and have her help us out. Welcome! Would you like some ice cream? Excuse us, yeah, special sports section. Ah, so you're them. I heard from the news service people. Alright then, it's sudden, but I'd like to recommend my Sherbet 7 Colors right away. Wow, looks quite delicious. It's my new gelato that brings together various flavors. I've added candy chips that burst in your mouth, giving it a unique texture. Alright then, let's try it out. Lloyd and the others ate the Sherbet 7 Colors. Tio, maybe? It's cold and delicious. I agree, it's cute too, and I feel it bursting in my mouth. Our womenfolk love stuff like this. What's wrong, Patio? Brain freeze? No, excuse me. It was so shocking I lost myself for a moment. With the thrill of that bursting candy, its freshness goes without saying. The 7 flavors don't clash and harmonize on the tongue. This is truly a gelato revolution. Sorry, I got carried away. Looks like you like it. We'll have you introduce this one, Tio. Yes, I think I will be able to write a good comment. I'm glad you like it. I look forward to your continued patronage. Finished to collect data from 6 food places. It seems we could go report to Miss Grace immediately, but we haven't found all 6 members' favorites yet, so why don't we try our best a little more? Lloyd straight up is telling us to keep trying. Whoa. The Mafia Cat Bus. Interesting. Where else? If it's long, it's not even going to expire today, so... No bars. Orcus Tower. West Street, we've been there. Central Square. So I guess we might have to visit places outside of Crossbow? Okay, well, I'm just not going to worry about it right now. Let's hit up the governmental district, because we know it's not going to expire anytime soon, so we'll be fine. Raymond, where are you at? That's Pierre. Margaret, why did such a thing? It's not like you to get hooked by a man like that. His marital problems, dude. Anyway, I have to do something before I can't get her back anymore. Vice Chief Pierre. It's rare seeing him here. It looks like he's troubled about something. Did we get the secret request? You. Since when have you been there? Don't tell me that you've heard me speaking to myself now. Well, we didn't hear the details, though. Although we partially heard about a Margaret or whoever getting hooked by some kind of man. Oh. Is that the name of your favorite hostess, Vice Chief? I hope not. Don't say such a scandalous thing! Margaret it's the name of my lady! Lady? Do you mean your wife? That's right. Well, I lost a wedding ring before, and after I missed the new term director position, she has become harder to deal with. Wait, why do I have to frankly say these kinds of things? The Vice Chief, he seems to be a henpecked husband. And that means that what the Vice Chief is troubled over now too could be related to that. It can't be helped. Now needs must when the devil drives. Ladies and gentlemen of the SSS, I'm giving you an absolutely secret mission. Absolutely secret? What could you mean? To be frank, I want to ask you to do a background check on my wife. Background check? This seems illegal, but whatever. An abuse of power, so to speak. Making use of one's private post is against police duty regulations. Who cares about the details on this occasion? I'm under the pressure of necessity too! If it suits you, I won't mind if you deal with it in the form of one of your requests. What about that? What do we do? I understand. It looks like you're troubled. Can we hear the whole story? Oh, really? Good. Being this the case, talking here won't do. Follow me to my office. I'll talk about the details there. That place we've only been to once. Your wife has clandestine meetings with a host? Yes. Recently, it appears she's been going many times to such clubs. Exactly the same as you were doing, right? It seems she's meeting a certain host in secret. But are you sure he's a host? Right, shouldn't you trust your wife? I was ready to die, so I secretly checked my wife's purse and I could find definite evidence. Wow, this dude's marriage is not healthy at all. In her appointment book, there was clearly written she had a meeting with a man called Clyde. Where a housewife could ever meet such a man if not at a host club, don't you think? Maybe Clyde... Clyde is probably going to turn out to be one of Wazzy's aliases or something. Or not. I understand his point, but... Well, I got it that he's desperate. Still, a host called Clyde, huh? It's unfortunate, but I've never heard such a name even once. What? Really? Well, I generally know at least the names of the hosts who work at the entertainment district's clubs. It could also be that he's a new one and I've got no information about, though. Wait, you seem to be very knowledgeable. Don't tell me that the temporary member who was a host and joined the SSS who I've heard about is... Oh, that would be me. You... A person from an indecent business like a host and the police? Consider our position for an instant. Now, please calm down. In any case, the question we have to settle first is to confirm the situation your wife is in at present. You're right. As for Wazzy, there's nothing that can be done here. What they say. Before you said you looked into your wife's purse, but... Wasn't there anything that could be a clue for the investigation? Well, No, now I remember! When I looked at the appointment book, there was also the destination written. It seems that recently she's been going many times to the restaurant in Central Square after noon. The Central Square restaurant, the Vaunt Sept. However, if a man is a host, doesn't it feel strange meeting after noon? A secret rendezvous during the hours the husband is working. Maybe it's like that. When hosts and customers meet in private, it often happens during the day. Then it's really... Please calm down. Also, Wazzy, don't agitate him. My apologies. In any case, I understand the situation. Can you leave the investigation to us? Yes, I entrust everything to you all. Expose the truth no matter what. However, very confidentially. Understood? Roger that. Then excuse us. So first things first, we'll head to Vaunt Sept. Heck, in the end, we accepted it. Well, the Vice Chief is worried about his wife. It could be good to get on with it until we figure out the truth. It can't be helped. Then, where do we start to investigate from? First, let's try going to the Central Square restaurant. It appears that recently that host-like man and the Vice Chief's wife often see each other there. Maybe we can ask them directly. I guess it's alright. Then, should we go immediately? Somehow he's enjoying this. Quest the Vice Chief's request started. We should actually turn in our bestiary to her while we're here. Yeah, you can have a look at it. She's saying the same thing she usually does. 500 Mira, U material. I guess we don't have that much information, but still. Alright. Vaunt Sept, reveal to us your secrets. Actually, okay. We just got 500 Mira. We could upgrade everybody else before we start killing these cryptids. Probably gonna have to do that off screen too. Oh. Is that one of the host question mark? Okay. So it's not one of the newcomers whose name, the High Bloods. It's not one of the High Bloods. Mrs. Margaret. Or Mrs. Margaret is rather insightful. Maybe it's a bit too much saying something like this, but you really are wasted on your husband. As always, you're good with your words, Mr. Clyde. No doubt, they are the Vice Chief's wife and that man. So the host sitting across from her is Clyde, apparently. I don't recall seeing him before. Anyway, let's sit at a nearby table and try not to arouse suspicion. We might be able to learn something. I understand. Then let's split up and sit at different tables. Uh-oh. Are we gonna have to report back? Okay. Not suspect at all. Oh yes, I saw the pamphlet from the other day. When I saw those photos, I fell in love with it at first sight. What an honor. In that case, let's go together next time. If you like, I can even arrange a hotel for you. That won't be necessary. Actually, I've already gone to see it. The scenery is good and I have no complaints. Oh, I see. That is a huge help for me too. Then, about the reservation. Whatever they're doing is probably actually innocent. They're talking rather quietly. It seems like they're planning a trip to Michelin together, but even so, I think the situation is strange. The guy is using language that's excessively polite. But we don't have anything decisive yet. Let's keep listening in like this. Yeah, whatever they're up to, the circumstances are shady, but I think the intention is innocent. Well then, if you'll excuse me. Yes, I understand. I'll see you later, at that store. Nuit Blanc in Entertainment District, right? Understood. Nuit Blanc. The Red Constellation hangout? I'll bring you what you're looking for and see you there, madam. Yes, I'll be waiting. Gotta go ahead and ask her what's going on. Oh, we're just gonna let them leave. Looks like they're leaving. So we're gonna have to catch up with them in Noyer Blanc. Lloyd, what should we do? We haven't gotten any decisive info yet, but let's tail them. Randy, Wazzy, and I on Clyde. Ellie, Teal, and Noelle, you take Mrs. Margaret. However, do your best not to get noticed. Understood. Alright, let's go. This is getting interesting. So we're gonna find out more about whoever Clyde is. He's got one of those new character models. Clyde, sorry to have made you wait. Is he a model or something? I brought what we talked about. Clyde received an attaché case. Thank you for your hard work. So, what about that issue? Well, it seems she's quite interested in it too. It's going to be decided later at Noyer Blanc for sure. That's perfect. Oh, it's about time for the water bus to leave. I'll go finish the preparations. Then, I leave the rest to you. If you can get this contract done, you being at the top is assured. Yes, please leave it to me. Huh. So, more predatory enterprise in Crossbell, maybe? Alright, let's do this. Are we in the car? Oh, no, that's his car. So we know he's loaded because he can afford one. Interesting. Very interesting. Somehow it seems he went somewhere in high spirits. It seems he has an appointment with that vice chief's wife at Noyer Blanc, but... What do we do? It would be useless to tail him more than this. Let's contact Ellie and the others and go back to Police HQ for now. I feel I have somehow understood the real identity of that man called Clyde. That man called Clyde, huh? Afterwards, Lloyd contacted Ellie and the others who were tailing the madam. They decided to sort the information at Police HQ where Vice Chief Pierre was waiting. So we're probably going to have to decide on who he actually is. So, how did the investigation go? Was my wife really meeting with a host in secret? Vice Chief, please calm down. Before that, girls, how did the tailing go? Well, we watched very attentively, but there was nothing strange. She went back to her home in Residential Street. She didn't meet anyone in particular. It seems that she is meeting that man called Clyde at Noyer Blanc later, though. What? Heck, what does he plan to do by bringing my wife to such a dubious place? If that's the case, I'll form a police squad and storm that Noyer Blanc. Like I said before, please calm down. With them as enemies, they just get taken out. Then, how can I keep calm? Even while we're here like this, that host's evil clutches could... I believe you don't have to worry. At least there won't be any clutches on that madam from that host. What do you mean? Wazzy said it from the very beginning. That man Clyde, we really think he's not a host. What? In that case, who is he? He's a salesman. The true identity of that man is probably a salesman. A salesman? Indeed, his polite way of talking felt more that of a pro seller than that of a host. There's also evidence that he clearly is not a host. We're someone who shows for a short time a dream to lonely madame? I've never seen that word before. Madams? A top-class host, even if he politely escorts, would never abase himself more than necessary. There's also this point of view from Wazzy, but, well, my conjecture is similar. To me, Clyde and your wife didn't look like they were having a host and customer clandestine meeting at all. If pushed, I'd say they looked like a trader and his customer. That's the impression that matches them. Even the fact that they've been meeting many times, it's natural to think those were negotiations for some kind of transaction. Still, assuming it's like you say, what in the world is he forcing my wife to buy? If we assume he's a salesman working somewhere, we can figure it out. That man probably... real estate. I think he's a salesman who deals in real estate. A real estate salesman. Now that you mention it, Michelin came up as a topic during the restaurant conversation. At first I thought it was a trip, but that pamphlet... maybe a pamphlet with information on houses located in Michelin's high-class residential area. Then, when we tailed him up to the waterfront area, that Clyde received something from a man in a suit. Not a swimsuit, just a regular suit. Based on their way of speaking, that man in a suit was probably Clyde's superior. He could have received an important document like a written contract. Clyde, as a real estate employee, was negotiating the sale of a property to your wife. Your wife was favorable. She even went to Michelin for a preview and the negotiations were proceeding well. So, is she trying to surprise him? That's a lot of mirror to be dropping for a surprise. It's natural to think she met that man for that purpose. I see. Seems to make sense. Then, in today's negotiations, everything was almost settled. Soon, the final negotiation will take place at Noyer Blanc. I understand. No, wait a moment! Margaret is trying to buy a Michelin property without telling me anything? Am I right? But we don't have such a fortune at all, you know? How does she plan to raise that kind of mira? Could it be that she took a loan? It is very worrisome. Maybe he induced her to take out an unreasonable loan. Impossible! I've made up my mind. I'll storm into Noyer Blanc. After hearing all this, I can't overlook my wife getting tricked under my eyes. I'll yell at that Clyde youngster there and bring my wife back even if I have to slap her. This guy, is he supposed to be completely unlikable? The henpecked husband talks big. Rather, I feel he pressed a strange switch. Dude, the casual spousal abuse though. Since we're here, we'll help you out. I guess that's not a crime in Crossbell though. If we left you be, charging in a loan at Noyer Blanc would probably be a problem. I guess you can really say that. Wazzy, somehow, aren't you enjoying this more and more? What are you talking about? Well, it seems that only we can hold him in check. Can't be helped. I'm not eager to do it, but I guess I'll try to negotiate in Noyer Blanc. I guess my old pal Sax is doing the watchdog there. Damn, what are you jumbling and mumbling to each other? I'm gonna go to Noyer Blanc now, and you all will come along too. Roger. Yeah, it's probably gonna turn out to be completely innocent. There we go. And then my controller. So that's how it is. We want permission to enter. Keep it secret from Uncle and Shirley, of course. Just when I thought I hadn't seen you for a while, you show up with some minor business. Captain Randolph, are you really the fool the missus says you are? Stop calling me that. This red constellation Jaeger. Looks like Randy knows him. This is just a favor. I'll help you out. But don't cause any trouble inside. I won't say a word to the vice leader or the missus either. That good enough? That's plenty. And so the stage is set. And it looks like the madam and that guy haven't come yet, but if we're going to ambush them, we should enter ahead of them. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, it's best to keep the number of personnel to a minimum, but... I'm going, of course! Decide amongst yourselves who's staying behind! What's gotten into him? Having come this far, we can't back down now, but... I wonder if I can go. The Vice Chief, Lloyd, and myself. Will we be okay with just us three? Yeah, that'll work. Then we'll stand by here. If anything happens, contact us via Enigma. Yeah, got it. Alright then, let's head inside. Let's go, everyone! Oh. I wonder if we can visit Noyer Blanc on our own. Oh, we're just hiding out like a couple of creeps. Okay. If your wife and that guy come, we'll guide you to that seat over there. Alright, that'll be fine. If he's some corrupt real estate agent, I'll arrest him myself! Somehow I'm thrilled. Whoops, looks like they've come. Okay, so that's them. Excuse me, I'm Clyde. I have a reservation. Right this way, sir. That huge space just for them. This is a nice place. Oh, Mrs. Margaret, is this your first time here? Because your husband is with the police, you must have visited a lot of different places. You can stop with the jokes. Just because he's a vice chief, it doesn't mean his salary is all that much. To be perfectly honest, rather than take me to a restaurant, he'd drink with a hostess at a bar on the outskirts. Yeah, I don't think Pierre has a leg to stand on here, really. Well, excuse me then. Although it is noon, allow me to put some life into the proceedings by buying you a drink. I accept. Yeah. Vice Chief, please don't worry about this. Quiet, you. Don't you worry about me. Yes, that's right. This is such a high-class place I can't come to with my salary. A bar in the outskirts suits me better. And what's wrong with that? It's a total inferiority complex. It's alright, surely. Then, let's get down to business. Clyde took what appears to be a contract out of his briefcase. It is as you have requested, a contract for a villa in Michelin Residential District. If you just sign here, the residence will be yours. So the time has finally come. I'll sign it, of course. As I thought, looks like it's a contract for a Michelin property. Now then, what do we do? Nothing. Clyde, or what's his face, he was like, I'll slap the crap out of my wife if she tries to leave me. We should prevent this dude from interfering at all. Even though we did this infiltration, we heard only a little more of the story. Yeah, he's about to burst out and ruin the whole thing. I'll have you stop deceiving my wife! What? Dear? Whoa! Oh boy. It had to happen. Dear, what are you doing here? Margaret! Cancel the deal! This corrupt real estate agent is trying to trick you! What? Wait just a second here. Corrupt? I haven't done anything wrong. Enough! Remain silent and cut the jokes! Dear, you deceived my wife with flattery and tried to have her take a ridiculous loan, didn't you? Dear, but you will not drop something like that on us over my dead body! Oh dear. Enough. Stay quiet. As a police vice chief, Whoa. Dude, she's going in. Get him. Silence. Wow. I'm sorry. He's that weak? She completely shut him up. My goodness. I really don't know what to do with people like you. You're even a police vice chief. How could you jump to a wrong conclusion and treat this man as a criminal? Have you no shame? I'm sorry. Really sorry. Well. Wait. Is it a mistake? What? Madam, would you explain the full situation for us? If I must. First of all, Mr. Clyde here is a respectable real estate agent who deals in luxury properties. You had it wrong right off the bat. There's no way he's some corrupt agent. But if that's true, we haven't the money for a luxury property. Actually, I made a large profit off a new stock offering a few days ago. Naturally, an amount that would take you many years to save up. Stock? To be quite honest, you've exhausted my patience. Even though you received a position you shouldn't have due to connections and luck, you're pitiful and don't do anything at home. I don't know if our home is a hard place to be, but your night-long drinking whenever you get the chance really puts a strain on our finances. Oh, have these guys not really considered divorce? You were happy for a while, thinking you'd be the next chief after the previous one was thrown out. But in the end, another vice chief ended up taking the post. And you were so depressed by that it's been nothing but complaints from you this whole time. Madam, I think that's completely accurate. To be honest, I think it's impossible to live with you any longer. That's why I discussed using my profits from stock trading to buy a home for after our separation. I was planning on living there for a while and then filing for divorce eventually, which seems to be the healthiest course of action because these two are not good for each other. She's ruthless. But it's too pitiful. Not really. I don't feel bad for Pierre even a little bit. I feel bad for his wife. Huh, but didn't you say was? Huh? That's right. After all, you were worried about me and did all this for me, didn't you? You have been so afraid of me that you've avoided coming home. Considering how you are, you did good. Okay. Come home this evening and let's talk it over. Margaret! And there you have it. Mr. Clyde, I think I'll hold off on buying the villa. This can't be, Mrs. Margaret! We were just so close! It's just on hold, though. It was wrong of me to negotiate with you on this alone. I look forward to our future discussion. Don't worry, although we're not separating, I'm still interested in the property. I'm sure I'll buy it eventually. If possible, I'd have liked a positive reply before the end of today, but I suppose it can't be helped. Allow me to excuse myself then. Huh. Alright, well, this was dramatic. Well, there you go. So in the end, that guy wasn't guilty at all. It was just their turbulent marriage. I feel like we've done something terrible. It's fine, right? With this, it looks like the case between the vice chief and his wife is closed. Well then, dear, I'm heading home for today. We have a lot to talk about, so head straight home tonight. Understood? Yes! I wonder if he'll be alright. I think they should get divorced, but it's not my marriage, so hey. Good job, ladies and gentlemen of the Special Support section. After hearing the circumstances, we're relieved too. I'm really glad your wife wasn't being tricked. Well, in the end, it seems we'll end up purchasing a second house. Since there's no divorce talking involved, I believe we'll use it as a married couple during the weekends. It seems your wife too really liked the second house. Well, I think you should go easy on her. Even the purchasing funds were, to begin with, earned by your wife through stocks. That story too is concerning me. Due to this case, I ended up being even more no match for her. You sort of reaped what you sowed. Well, in any case, I was able to avoid the worst situation, the divorce. Let me earnestly thank you all. If something happens again, please consult with us anytime. Then, please excuse us. Alright, quest the Vice Chief's request completed. We will be saving after that massive detour that we did not intend on taking. But, hey, we got the secret request done, so that's all good. But I think we're going to talk to Raymond and continue on with those next time. So definitely join me then for more The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. Bye for now, guys.